Well, this certainly has to be pretty interesting. So this story starts while I was scrolling through the retro gaming subreddit where I came across a post that apparently was posted by one of the 3D model designers for Eurocom, which if you don't remember them, they worked on the Nintendo 64 Duke Nukem games, which was, I think, Duke Nukem 64 and Duke Nukem Zero Hour. This certainly felt like more than a coincidence as I came across this post just as I was getting ready to call it a night. I was still pondering at the time about the next video game secret that was ready to be cracked open, so I sent the OP a message, and while I did believe him in his claim that he worked with Eurocom, I still needed some kind of personal verification. So the very first question I asked him about was the elevator cube in the level Liberty or Death. You probably don't know about that, and that's because while the elevator music was documented, the cube below the elevator that activates the elevator music was not. While I'm sure someone else on this planet has discovered the elevator cube, it's nearly impossible at this time to locate any documentation of it. I found the secret way long ago back when I first started this hobby, and I always meant to do a video on it, but other ideas and video projects kept getting in the way. OP's answer back was, yeah, a few of us had a lot to do with that, as well as other similar things like that as well, ... We was going to use "you shouldn't be here" or a similar bit, but didn't, lol. This answer not only gave me the confirmation I was looking for, but it also meant that there were possibly more variances of these outside objects tucked just outside of our reach. I asked a couple more questions regarding his roles as a 3D designer for Eurocom, and finally I asked the big question: did you ever hide anything deep in the background of Duke Nukem Zero Hour? OP's answer? That would be telling. I replied back, to your knowledge, has the Easter egg been found yet? His answer back was rather cryptic, as OP said, that depends if there was an Easter egg or not, lol. If there was, then I'm not sure as I don't keep up to date since it's been like 15 years. But if there isn't an Easter egg, then I would say it hasn't been found. I'm not exactly sure, but what I took from that was that there certainly had to have been a secret Easter egg that hasn't been located yet, and the elevator music can be discovered through normal gameplay, so I don't think that was it. The same goes for the snowman that can be found at a secret area later in the game. So finally I came around to the idea of trying to locate all of the unreachable areas that are shown in cutscenes, and this immediately became a problem for me, and I'll tell you why. These areas that are used in the cutscenes are stored way outside the playable zone. We can use a hack that changes Duke's position, however, without knowing the exact coordinates, we'll get teleported outside of the level, and if you don't remember, doing so will result in Duke getting crushed. Even if we take the game over screen out, we're still left with a repeating death screen until Duke can reach an area that can store Duke inside it. With no indicators as to where the level's at, trying to find these unused areas would be a crapshoot and would take years to fully document the surrounding space and come up with any viable results. Now this should have been the end of the search right here, as I really don't have the free time to comb through ranges of values just to come up almost empty every time. However, this game came out decades ago, and since then emulation technology has advanced so much that we can pull assets out of Nintendo 64 games and put them into other games. This is all thanks to an assets pack that was uploaded in 2017. It's got all the assets from Duke Nukem Zero Hour, and thank God for the developer's simplicity, a lot of these files can be viewed in normal 3D viewers. The map files, however, require Mapster 32, which was a tool that was used to make custom maps for the OG Duke Nukem 3D. When I tried to load it myself, I got an extremely glitched out mess. However, we don't need the map player, we just need the map data itself. This map data right here pretty much tells us where the unplayable areas are, and if we use some basic math and direction finding, we can easily teleport Duke to these out of bounds areas. Already, I have found one of the other music cubes that's out there in the out of bounds areas, so now it's a matter of investigating each of these maps and applying our math in-game to investigate for ourselves if this Easter egg does exist. Expect a follow-up video to this one where I'll showcase some out of bounds areas for you all, and if I find any Easter eggs then I'll make a separate video after that. But at the moment I'll still be searching for a possible Easter egg in the game. I'll try to stay in contact with the 3D designer and see if we can get him on the channel. Till then, go check out his YouTube channel, there'll be a link in the description below, where he talks about some of his experiences developing some of the games that we grew up with. With all this being said, stay safe and take it easy.